Why did it save? You're having a laugh. Load game. The woods is where we're supposed to be. In the woods. And it's still... Okay. Whatever. Oh, let's go.
What am I thinking? I would stain my clothes with blood. What am I thinking? I would stain my clothes with blood.
Better go and have a shower then. For a bath. B-Day.
That's better. But I still don't understand all of that blood. That's never happened to me before. But I'm not going to tell my doctor. Otherwise he'll make me stay in bed and rest.
Alright, we getting dressed now.
The elegant dress? No, I'll never hear the end of it from Mother.
Alright, let's get shirty now. Change your bed. You're just going to leave it for your mother to find.
It's very rude, Pulsation.
Do it.
How are you doing today, Rennie? I'm worried, Father. Very worried. We found more partisan tracks in the woods, right next to the house. That Lapo, I suspect he may be involved in the death of... No, please don't say that. It's not possible. I know the boy and I don't... Father, anything is possible in these dark times. Anything. That boy didn't even come to say goodbye to Julia. Didn't they love each other dearly? He must be terribly scared, and Julia always used to say that. Yeah, sure, she used to say they were just friends, but you know too, right? Friends are not supposed to do such things, Father. Or are they? But anyway, you're defending them both. You, my husband, and even the nanny who, deep down, is a good woman. The nanny? I believe the nanny is the one who hurt Julia. With her evil passion for those cards, they are cursed things. I hope you made them disappear. Of course. I keep them safe in my room. Anyway, you must forgive me, Father. I have to go. They've come to pick me up. Have a good day. You too.
Lapo's involved in Martha's death. My mother is losing her mind again. How could anyone even imagine such nonsense? And Don Attilio, he is a great friend, but what a weird view. Those cards are just a game, but most importantly, they're mine. Why on earth did they take them from me? There's no shortage of paintings in our house. Mum is passionate about painting. Dad loves these prints of Florence. I find them a bit sad.
Following the dramatic news from the countryside, Archbishop Toccarelli will protest with the French in the city for the raping being committed.
25 ISO film. When the sun is high in the sky, it's perfect.
Safety of citizens. From this moment on, it is forbidden for anyone to leave their homes.
General Edict K. New rules on curfew and women's behavior.
Including
German command of S. Vincenzo Attori. Telephone number 1185.
The population are advised to stay in their cellars, or, where these do not exist, churches and other large buildings.
The radio needs to be
Patrols
kept
of
on at
German
all
armed
times these
forces
days.
have orders
It can
to
save
shoot
your
at
life
people
knowing
who are
things on
the
time,
street,
especially
or
before they
who are
happen.
found looking out of their windows. I shall repeat for clarity. New ordinance for the safety of citizens. From this moment on, it is forbidden for anyone to leave their homes and walk the streets of San Cassiano. All windows, including cellars, house entrances, and doorways, must remain closed night and day. The population are advised to stay in their cells, or, where these do not exist, churches and other large buildings. The patrols of German armed forces have orders to shoot at people who are...
Dear Mother, this is hard, but I have something to tell you. I found out that Julia is pregnant. Go to the lake tomorrow morning at 7 and watch her as she bathes. You'll see that her tummy is growing. Martha. What? I'm not pregnant. Why is everything becoming even more confusing? I'm searching for an explanation, but instead I'm left with more questions. Herverton again. I feel like these pills do nothing other than agitate her. Romola, 15th of July 1944. Dear Mrs. Irene, I'm writing to let you know that all is well here at the villa. Thank you for being so considerate and caring. I apologize for the simplicity of the housing you were forced to live in. I also locked the room where the little one used to stay as requested. I've left you the key. It is the one with the pink keyring. Try to stay safe. Best regards, Nanny. Why on earth did Mummy have that door locked? It was my room. What is she trying to hide?
My happy room. Cocaine with the look.
Here are my cards. Nanny and I always used to play with them.
Some hot
She would
music.
predict us. The future was always good for everyone. Maybe when she read them, she saw my true future, which she hid from me. Or more likely, these cards are actually just a stupid game to reassure and deceive oneself with. But deceiving oneself is sometimes necessary. How can we live happily otherwise?
Right, so where's the key to my room?
There
Come
are
in.
more and more weapons around, and everyone is scared after what happened. This is Mummy's jewellery. She wears them every day, even though Daddy says it's impractical and
So why
dangerous
hasn't
to show
she
signs
not
of
got them
wealth
on
these days.
today?
As usual, she doesn't want to listen to reason and ends up arguing with Daddy until he goes to play war, as she says.
She's got them on every day. Why has she not got them on today then? Seems though she's went out. Well, see, Mart, how are we doing, sir? I'm glad you're good, sir. Just playing a bit of Martha is Dead. Started it last night.
The Superior Commander of the German Federal Armed Forces announces 1. Whoever is in possession of weapons or explosives not reported to the German headquarters will be shot. 2. Whoever harbors bandits and or protects them and provides them with clothing and or weapons will be shot. 3. Whoever is aware of the existence of any rebel groups or even lone rebels without reporting them will be shot.
So basically, if you do anything, you'll be shot.
Fighting in Normandy. Victorious Germanic counterattack on the road from Perriers to Carentan. Pont Heber reconquered north of Saint-Lô. Many US losses caused by the flying bomb action. War rages on the Eastern Front. An attack launched by the Soviets after hours of cannonade. The fight on this front has been going on for a long time.
And I don't know the stream.
Italian workers in Germany. The following rules are in place for workers who voluntarily work in Germany. A commitment of a maximum period of 1 year before returning to Italy.
Right, we read all the newspaper articles. I haven't taken a photo of my sister, which I was going to do. So basically, your sister has died, and you are pretending to be your sister. It's worse. There we go. In focus.
Dan, it would be nice to have you always by my side, even if it's just a picture.
I've got to boom. Excellent. Right, we've got a couple of films that we need to develop. From the lake. No, yes, right. Bum, 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 bum. Into the dark room. Tape recorder.
Blue filter, ideal for indoor photos. Red filter for super high contrast photos. This lens increases the framed area. It allows me to fit more into the image. Orange filter. When there is fog, it improves the image by giving it some contrast. With this lens, I can shoot very close up. With this lens, everything gets bigger.
Alright.
A lens and a roll of infrared film. They can photograph what the naked eye cannot see. I have to be careful and keep the volume down as I listen. I must go unnoticed. I am meant to be deaf after all.
Ready? Julia? You ready?
Sure, Daddy. I'm good to start.
I've already started recording.
Oh, no, my voice will sound awful.
No way, come on. Didn't you want to study singing anyway?
No, I was young and stupid when I said that.
Okay. Ready?
Go. Oh, how nice. It's the rehearsal for last week's concert. I never heard the recording. But I was right, my voice is awful. Cannot be called singing. Anyway, it's time I develop these film roles. I can't wait any longer. I wish I could just stop time.
But I haven't done any singing for a while.
These images could change everything. I cannot bear the fact that I may have hurt Martha. I would rather die. Damn my head and these memory lapses. It's such a pain not remembering. It's like getting lost inside yourself.
I don't hear you singing though. Expose. Gotta stop it at the green. We're doing one photo per film, are we? Let's develop this photo.
I can't develop the photo like this.
Of course you can. That music's a bit loud, isn't it?
Here I was running toward the pier, just as I remember.
A lot of these photos to do. To help if you actually could see what they were. It's like, how am I supposed to see what that is? Hmm? Develop this foe. That's just you running on the pier. Running on the pier. Run.
Yes, I've undressed and I'm about to dive in. This matches my memory.
Doesn't look undressed to me. Still look pretty dressed. Happy Halloween! Pages 5 of 5. Right. So running. To taking her out of the water.
I'm carrying Martha to shore. I'm trying to save her. My memories, although fuzzy, do match reality. I feel a little better. Now I can find out who really hurt Martha. Maybe I should meet with the White Lady. She might be able to tell me something. Is this crazy talk? Yes, definitely. But what's normal about any of this? Maybe you have to be a little crazy to get anything done.
But I don't want to speak to the White Lady. Right. This is you running. Picking her up. New cows.
photograph is both the present and the past, like a dead body. I don't know what I'm expecting. Maybe it's silly to think you can capture the soul of someone who has died.
You've got soul, man.
Her face can't tell me anything anymore. I know that, really. Her lack of expression scares me. I don't even know whether to keep this blank photo with me or just throw it away.
Put it in the album, why not? Right. Come on. Get on with it, like. It's a madhouse. Alright, we won't do any more photos after this one. Fair enough. Cows. Gonna develop like 10 photos, I think. That not story based. Right, what are we supposed to be doing?
July 18th. Everything has changed. I feel like a different person. The best part of me left with Martha. My enthusiasm, my desire to live, and the will to joke around. I found myself alone, left to my own devices, confused with no desire or expectations. I was handling the cameras at the lake and there was a floating body on the water. I don't remember what I was doing before. Yet another memory lapse. That lifeless body was Martha's, my sister. Mummy ran up to me and hugged me, thinking I was Martha, and that I, Julia, was dead. I didn't correct her mistake, and now it's too late. If they find out I've been fooling everyone, I don't even want to think about it. I feel terribly guilty pretending to be Martha, pretending to be deaf. I took the photo for Martha's frame. I know it's too late now, and I felt incredible pain placing the picture. I said goodbye to her forever in that moment. I realized she was gone, and there was no going back. I must do one thing for Martha. I must find out what happened. The partisans couldn't have killed her. That's just ridiculous. Lapo is my friend, and he is one of them. He loved us so much. We know all of them, so it's just impossible.
Impossible. Terrifier 3 is rubbish.
The end of a relationship. It's very clear, but my plans will be successful. I only need to know what these plans are.
Right. It still hasn't given me... newspaper, things to do. I found this note among Mummy's things. It's Martha's handwriting. It doesn't make any sense. Oh yeah, we read that. They locked the children room. We're gonna find the keys. In the letter, Nanny does say they left the keys. It had a pink keyring attached to it. Happy Halloween, Mango Booty! Go to the lake. Do we really want to go to the lake? Do we really? I don't wanna. It's too scary. Right. Where was the way? I forgot it's Halloween. Yes, it's Halloween. Happy Halloween!
Yeah, I think it's constant. That's the back garden. That's the back part. Yeah, I got caught in it.
Right, gotta remember the way to the lake, but I've only been there in the night time. My missus invited some friends over.
What is this place? This never used to be here.
Alright.
Another entrance, maybe?
I thought you weren't watching that film. It was rubbish. What are you going to watch instead?
Los, schnappen wir uns diese Bastarde! Los! Hey, hey, hey! Los geht's! Hier lang! Hier drüben! Oh, hey! Vorwärts! Hier! Sie sind da lang! Verdammt! Los, laufen!
Los laufen.
What is going on here? What are the soldiers doing? It's dangerous, I know, but I want to follow them and see what's happening.
Do we have to?
Verdammt!
Not a good idea. What happened to his legs?
Oh God, please no. Lapo, my dear friend. What have they done to you?
He's not going to be on your lap anymore, is he?
Your handkerchief was the symbol of what you believed in. At least that is left of you.
Better pick up the note.
Dear Julia, are you surprised that I've addressed this to you and don't think you're dead? Everyone calls you Martha now, right? I know you too well. I can never understand why no one else can ever tell you apart. Not even your own mother and father. Martha is gone, and I cannot reconcile myself.
Du hast ein Mädchen erschossen, du Idiot.
Scheiße, scheiße, scheiße! Was machen wir jetzt? Sieh mal, was sie um ihren Hals hat. Sie ist eine von ihnen. Es musste getan werden.
Sie ist die Tochter von General Erich K., du verdammter Trottel. Sie war die Freundin von diesem armen Kerl. Oh, verdammt, jetzt sind wir wirklich am Arsch.
Scheiße, lass uns
no.
abhauen. Aber sie lebt noch.
Sie liegt im Sterben. Siehst du, wo du sie getroffen hast? Sie ist bestimmt schon tot. Wir müssen jetzt abhauen, sonst sind wir auch bald tot.
Oh no.
I'm dying, I thought. But strangely enough, I wasn't afraid. In fact, I was almost relieved. When I returned, I found myself once again in the midst of a bad dream. One whose meaning I did not understand at the time.
Martha, I gave you back your destiny. Nope.
I give you back your appearance. 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 I give you back your appearance.
with my eyes.
Now I see. 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 Now I see.
Okay.
Two sisters were destined to die. Julia, the first sister, and Martha, the second. On Julia's day of departing, identical twins stood before me, impossible to tell apart. They questioned my presence, since they were still so young. Julia must come with me, I demanded, but they both claimed to be Martha. I explained that Martha's fate was soon to be the same, and their games were useless. I didn't
Princess
have time
Samantha
for
Jane.
it. The
How
war
are you?
was keeping me busy. But they didn't concede, and instead kept insisting. Can we follow you together? No, impossible. Are you sure Martha will die too? Nothing is certain in wartime. What
Not
if the
too
wrong
bad.
person
Happy
went with you?
Halloween.
Then you would have cheated death. One would die unjustly, and the other would simply be delaying her fate. They discussed amongst themselves, then hugged before one of them came forward. She stared in a determined, almost threatening manner. I guessed it was Martha sacrificing herself, giving more time to her sister. But I stayed silent, not to reveal their failed deception. No one lies to the face of their own death, so I asked how their choice was reached. We drew lots by throwing a medallion, she said quietly. They had trusted in fate. Oh, how naive they were. They knew fate plays by its own rules, which is true, but it is also my ally. Fate never would have allowed
Okay,
the
except for
wrong
my,
girl to follow me.
Shoulder.
In that case, my work was done. She must have been Julia. However, little to my knowledge at the time, that blasted medallion had the same name engraved on both sides. Martha's. So, my first assumption was correct. They were too damned smart, and had fooled both fate and me. One thing is for sure. I'll put things back where they belong. I will correct my ignorance and give fate back its blindfold.
Okay, yeah, no.
Damn, this hurts so bad. I can hardly breathe.
Can't speak, remember? Why is your sister's picture upside down? Why have you put it in the frame upside down? I don't understand. It's very strange. Yeah, you're gonna put it on this time, yeah?
I would like to spend a moment with my sister, just me and her alone. before people arrive for the funeral and then take her away. No, 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 my bag is not here. My diary. Lapo's letter.
How is she? How is my daughter? Please, Doctor. Please give me good news.
It's a miracle she's alive, Eric, but she will be all right. The bullet passed right by her heart and exited her chest. Unbelievably, it missed her lungs, spine, and heart. She could have been paralyzed or died. But thankfully, she's fine. I examined her thoroughly. She didn't even lose that much blood. She was lucky. And you were lucky, so to speak.
She was lucky that my wife went for a walk in the woods. Otherwise...
Otherwise, she would have bled to death, yes.
I don't know what to say. All of this. It's too much. So much death and suffering. Nothing more.
Don't worry, Eric. She's young, so she'll recover quickly. I'll be here all day anyway.
Thank you, Doctor, for everything. Do you mind coming with me to pick my wife up from the cemetery? The funeral will start soon in the chapel.
Of course not. Lead the way.
You know, with all of these preparations for the funeral...
Let me out.
Irina wants everything to be perfect. It's her way of coping, so she doesn't have to think about everything going on. She is a woman who has suffered so much. Maybe too much.
Let me out. Can't use the dog and bone.
La Romola. And once again, General Kay's family has come under fire. Now it is the life of her sister, Martha, that is in danger. The blow from the gunshot in her back could have killed her. It is only by the grace of God that the girl is alive. The anti-fascist political motive appears to be the only reason behind the cowardly act. The New Zealand troops are advancing slowly. After the Battle of Poggibonsi, on the 18th, they are still far from the Tavernelli Val di Pisa. The German resistance on the Tuscan hills has been exhausting for the invaders.
General
Nice.
Edict Kay. New rules on curfew and women's behavior.
Yeah, we already read that. Keys I need.
What if the bag is here somewhere?
Oh, let's check upstairs then. Jewelry that Mummy wears every day is still... Well, it's not up here.
Nets for catching butterflies, poor creatures. I had so much fun with them.
Not a creature, they're an insect. Right, I don't see my bag here anywhere. But not gonna let me leave until I find it.
There's my bag. Thank God.
Why is your bag so important? Is it
Let's hope
Lapo's letter?
Lapo's letter is in there. Dear Julia, are you surprised that I've addressed this to you and don't think you're dead? Everyone calls you Martha now, right? I know you too well. I can never understand why no one else can ever tell you apart. Not even your own mother and father. Martha is gone, and I cannot reconcile myself to that fact. I have to stay hidden, and sadly I can't run to you. Even if I would love nothing more than to hold you tight and cry together. No words. I just want to be close to you. Can we meet in the barn tonight? I will try my best to be there around midnight. Don't be alarmed, but if things get ugly, please remember this number, 6934. He knew he was in serious danger, but what about the letter? I had it in my hand when the soldiers ran off. Mummy found me, and if she's read it, well, she hates Lapo, and now she must know who I am. No, she probably would have left me there to die. She'd rather have no daughter than the wrong one. Before I passed out, I must have put it back in my bag. There is no other explanation.
I still can't use the phone. Still haven't found the keys. Is this a different day?
Attempted murder in La Romola. After the murder of Julia Kay, today her twin sister is the victim of another attempted murder. The condition of the young girl, found by the German troops, is no cause for concern. The political motive behind this is becoming all the more clear. But that's not what happened. It's all wrong. Mummy was the one who found me. The German soldiers shot me. Best to stay quiet.
Yeah.
No one ever believes the truth. New ordinance ban on the use of bicycles. Over the last few days, cyclists have once again shot at members of the Italian armed forces and at civilians in the streets. The offenders will be punished in accordance with German martial law.
No, can't cycle
Even
now
in
either.
Florence, the war is beginning to be felt. Supplies are starting to run out. Bread may only last a few more days. Prices are rising dramatically. Meat can now be found for 100 to 140 lira per kilo. The gas has been cut and there is no coal. The Battle of Tuscany. German operations in the Livorno area. Extremely violent fighting in the streets of the city.
Right, I wanted to go and...
I should pick up the phone but remain silent. If I let the caller speak first, I'll find out who it is.
Where's your sister gone?
Martha was taken to the chapel for her funeral. I want to say goodbye to her alone before everyone arrives.
Hello? Mum? Can you hear me? Is there somebody there? Mr. Eric?
It's the nanny. I can confide in her. Nanny? Hello, it's me.
What? Hello? Oh, my lord. I must be dreaming or something.
No, Nanny, you're not dreaming. It's really me, it's Julia.
Oh, my God. Julia, my little sparrow. How wonderful. Sorry, but I thought you were dead. I saw you lying there dead. This brings me so much joy that... Actually, you must explain to me, my little sparrow. What is happening?
I told Nanny everything that had happened. She was sad for Martha, of course, but very happy at the same time. I was the one she had a special bond with. I explained to her that I wanted to try and meet the White Lady, even if I knew it was a silly idea. But she didn't think I was a fool. Quite the opposite. She explained to me what I should do in an attempt to meet her. It was complicated. I noted everything down carefully in my diary.
Oh, no.
Who knows? Maybe she did it only to keep me occupied, while deciding what to do with me and who to warn. I won't ever know, though, because that very same day, a bomb struck the villa and she died. They all died. We should have been in that house ourselves, but instead, poor Nanny. Bye, Nanny. I love you.
Goodbye, my darling. I thought I'd lost you. Be careful, my little sparrow.
So now use the telephone to make calls. We had a few numbers. Let's try 6, 9, 8, 7.
Hello, Maria speaking. How may I help?
Hello, Miria. It's Irene K.
What is this, some sort of bad joke? I know Irene very well, and you are definitely not Irene.
Right.
July 19th. I retrieved the cameras at the lake, but I had convinced myself that I was the one who had hurt Martha. So much so that when I had the rolls with me on the way home, I found myself in another horrible dream. I don't even remember going to sleep. As soon as I woke up, I developed the film. The photos confirmed to me that my memory of that night was correct.
Welcome in. How are you doing?
It was a great relief. I have decided to go back to the lake in an attempt to communicate with the White Lady. I know it's a crazy thought, but I can't get it out of my head. I need to know what happened to Martha, so I must pursue every possible avenue, even the path of insanity.
2 unread pages.
Now I know what must be done to meet the lady. Nanny has explained everything to me. I must try to meet her early in the morning when it is foggy, or all will have been in vain. That's what the legend says. This is what I need to do. 1. I must re-invoke her loss by putting her into contact with her lover. To do this, Nanny said to look for his grave in the woods, but there are so many. Daddy always said that infrared photos can see what the naked eye cannot. Maybe then they also see ghosts. There wouldn't be anything strange about that now, considering I'm trying to contact one after all. How crazy. 2. A part of me needs to enter her world. A lock of hair would work, so I'll need scissors to cut some off. 3. I will need an object that connects her world to mine. I don't know what to do for this yet. Hopefully something will come to mind when I least
Not too bad.
expect
It's
it.
just my
4. To
trap nerve in my
communicate with
shoulders
her, I will
playing
need
me
to
up
use my
today.
tarot cards. I will meet with the lady on the island where her lover was executed.
It's a constant throb instead of like normally it's if I pull it the wrong way. But today it's like a constant throb on my shoulder. But it is what it is. We must go on. There's nothing I can do about it. I can take some painkillers. But I'll try not to take painkillers, try and live with the pain.
I have to see beyond appearances. There are those who betray me and speak ill of me, but someone will know how to give me the right advice.
Right, I already picked the scissors up, as far as I remember. Thank you for the shout outs. Right, tripod is downstairs. That was. Scan. Yes.
A tripod is necessary to take photos with long exposures. I have found what I need to take infrared photos.
Right. Observe the camera. Rusty. Stop observing. Right, use camera. Right, I got adjustments, but how do I add the attachments? Do you use the camera? This only lets me change the look of the camera. Right.
A pump for my bike.
Oh, yeah. That's the pump.
My mother's tailor scissors.
Gotta wait until it's dark or something. It's like it gives an infrared, but there's nowhere for me. Why is it given a triangle? Rotation height. Adjustment panel. Yeah, I know it's too dark. I'm saying it's out of focus. Yeah, but how do I put the add-ons on? saying add-ons require, but it's not giving me the choice to put the add-ons in, is it? Right. Let's go and use these. Make these phone calls. Is there a phone down here? No, gotta go back upstairs. Right. So, let's do 6934. 6, 9, 3, 4. See what that gets us.
You've called this number. Damn, Lapo must be dead then. Rest in peace, fair comrade.
Yes, Lapo is dead. I am due.
No, don't talk. We don't need to know who you are. By calling this number, it means Lapo wanted you to complete his work. A telephone cable near the house of German General Erich Kay has to be cut. One goes to the house, but there's another cable we suspect is connected to a secret base. That is the one that has to be cut. If you see any German vehicles around, let us know immediately. We won't use this number anymore. It's dangerous. Use a telegraph. That will be safer. I hope you know how to use them. Otherwise you'll have to come up with something. This is important. Frequency X. Before the message, telegraph "Town on fire" to identify yourself. Long live the homeland. Long live the liberation.
Should I sabotage the cable and become a spy? I don't know. My father is German. It would be like betraying him even though he himself hates this war. But what happened to Lapo and those guys? If I can save someone's life, maybe I should try. Or maybe I can talk to Daddy about it. He may be able to advise me on what to do. Don't even know the first thing about all this. What were you thinking, Lapo?
Right. 6593.
To cut the cable, I will need sharp scissors. Tailor scissors should be fine.
Yeah, we already got them.
I must have the wrong number.
6593.
Not now.
Six, 9, 3, 8.
I have nothing to say to Don Attilio at the moment. Before speaking with him, I have to get a few things straight.
Oh, right. Map. Arm them up, arm them up, heat them up, heat them up. Arm them up. Oh yeah, we're going to see my sister now. Killed it. Why are you?
Poor little one. He's dead. Poor little guy. His place is by Martha's side. Nanny always calls me Little Sparrow. This is the part of me that died with Martha. It'll be safe next to her.
Okay, I can't do anything until I put the sparrow. The
Here,
robin.
Martha. This is my heart. Carry it with you. I'm starting to understand how painful your condition must have been. Not being able to properly communicate with anyone is becoming increasingly difficult. I envied you, but I did not see your suffering. I did not understand your courage. I miss you so much, Martha. I'm not worthy to dress in your clothes. Commune of San Casciano, Province of Florence. Death certificate. From the Register of Death Certificates of this commune, number 174, part 3, series 12 of the year 1944. It is certified that on the day of the 16th of July of the year 1944, Julia Kay has died, resident of Villa Perchabaya, born in La Romola. On the 26th of February 1923, the daughter of General Erich Kay and Irene Kay, Don Attilio D. will give the funeral, and the esteemed Mr. Alberto M., who will look after the burial in the cemetery of La Romola. Telephone number 6537. The official state civil service. General Galeazzo T. Holy water. It's only water, and yet there's something special about it. That raven is making a big fuss. There's only a few signatures from my funeral. If people had known that it was actually Martha, there would have been far more. I'm sorry that I took this from you too. Maybe it's the same raven that killed that poor sparrow.
Yeah, seriously. Some more of that red.
Dress? It's made from the same fabric I found a shred of next to the lake. In fact, it is torn. It must be my mother's. My goodness. I started to suspect that Mummy could have been involved in Martha's murder. Lost in these thoughts, hours passed. and I completely forgot about the funeral. When I realized it was evening, they were already carrying the coffin towards the cemetery. She never loved me, I knew that well, but I would never have believed that. Had it been her? I struggled to believe it, but it made so much sense. At the lake, she must have thought Martha was me because she was convinced that I was dead. When the funeral ended, I felt an irresistible urge to play. I loved music. I started playing without thinking about the possible consequences. I didn't care anymore. I needed to feel alive, to exist again.
What's going on here? Julia? Is that you? No, it's not possible. Martha's never played. She's deaf, yet no. This is madness. My God. So, Martha? I understand now. You can get all of the attention, right? You were jealous, weren't you? Because she was a wonderful girl and you're just a useless little slut. How did you manage to convince her? I get it now. But she talked to me. No, it doesn't make sense. I will have you locked up in an asylum. You hear? That's enough. You will pay for what you've done, you cursed lunatic. They will torture you to reveal the monsters in your head.
Her words were as sharp as blades. I tried to tell her that it wasn't me. I showed her the photos I developed that proved my innocence. But she grew all the more angry, calling me crazy, and then she began to hit me with everything she had at hand. I closed my eyes as more darkness began to take over in me. Memories came flooding back, not memories of actual past events, but more so of feelings I had when I was little. They were scary. They were the fears of a little girl. Despite what had happened, I went walking in the woods early the next morning to meet the lady. The evening before, my father had tried desperately to console me.
Talk to me, Julia. You know I love you. I just want to understand what happened. I am happy you are alive. Even if we have lost Martha, your mother was just in shock. She didn't want to hurt you.
It's a lie. She did want to hurt me. She no like me.
I don't know what I'm hoping to find, but what else can I do? I will hopefully see if one of these graves is hiding something. I hope that the infrared film will show me.
When I use the camera, it doesn't... Right, it's got like acquired add-ons, but it's not actually giving me the option. to change the film and that, unless there's something on the floor. It's like, why are you giving me a... Right, take a photo of the grave in the woods. To take the infrared photo, I need a special infrared film. The tripod that I used to take my self-portrait would be okay. Look up map, right? But it doesn't. Gameplay, camera. Vibration. Don't understand how I'm supposed to get the tripod out. Let's use camera, so adjustment panel, rotation, height, how to focus. Right. Now it says in focus. There's nothing that, like, circle just put it away. I picked up the tripod. I'm sure I picked up the tripod. And I picked up the film. I gotta pick it up again. So I picked up all the different camera. Can't see, it's pitch black. Can't use the... Right, why?
The yellow filter. If it were to snow, it would be perfect. The green filter. Useful for landscapes.
Right, all I can use in here... Computer says now. So how am I supposed to use the tripod? Where was the last place I used the tripod? I didn't use it, I just picked it up. I don't get it. There's the tripods back in the room. Can't get back in the house. That way. Can't get in the chapel. It's saying I don't have the requirements. But it's not allowing me to change the film or use the tripod. It's been done now. The washing's been taken down. Can't go through the gate.
The telegraph must be hidden in one of these feed bins. These could be of use to me.
Where's all the bunnies gone? Eating all the bunnies already. Can't go that way.
Oh no, the fence has been destroyed.
chickens and all the livestock is dead. Who could have killed all the livestock?
Nazi fascists at the stake. What? Who could have done this? What did these poor creatures have to do with anything?
Obviously stop you from eating. Right. Maybe I left the tripod. At the lake. Thing is, I picked the film up, so.
German soldiers. Daddy ordered patrols to be carried out near the house, but how could they have lost a helmet? God only knows.
It's all gone dark. Right. So the red. Took the photo with the red cloth.
Without all the necessary elements, there's no point travelling to the island.
Yeah, well, as I can't get the tripod out. I also can't find the tripod. How am I supposed to take a photo of the grave? tell me. Because I really don't know. I don't know where I'm going. And I don't know where I've been. Just going around in a circle.
What a beautiful place.
Looks a bit dilapidated. Right, according to the map, let's keep going this way. And follow this path. Nope. That's the wrong path. Right, there's nothing. Use the camera. Right, there's nothing. No, no one take a picture. Take a picture, take a picture. Right, it says
I need the tripod, lens, and infrared film to take the photo I need of the grave.
yeah, and I picked them up, so where the are they? I picked them all up. It's annoying me now. Upstairs I need to get. Can't even get back upstairs. It's all too dark. I can't. I just really don't know. Won't let me use the lighter either. Right, there's nothing else I can do in here. It's irritating me. Random hitbox with 8 viewers. Welcome in, sir. How are you doing? How was your stream? How did you do on Vigor? Were you invigorated? Bedtime for your house. I'm stuck at the moment. I need to take a photo, but I need to take a photo with the tripod. That's what she said. But I cannot attach the tripod for the photo I need to take. She keeps repeating herself about needing the tripod. But we can't go upstairs in the house. Thank you for the raids and the shout outs, Mr. Kilcane. But I can't go anywhere. The computer says no. No, that's how many souls are being given. That's how many souls are being given out since that date on my channel to people that have come in. Raided me. It's my souls, yeah. I'm just getting annoyed now. Well, I already picked it up. I thought it was in my bag, but I can't see where. It won't let me attach it. Because I picked up the infrared film and I picked up the tripod. But when I go to take the photo, it says I don't have the tripod or the right film, but it won't allow me to attach them or change what film is in the camera. So I really don't know. So this is where the photo I gotta take. I've tried all the buttons. Now can he do it, Captain? I haven't got the power. Alright, so this is the infrared that I gotta take. When I go to my camera, maybe I can just... Right, if I observe my camera, right, it just lets me change the model and the base. It doesn't let me change the film or anything. It just lets me change the way it looks. And if you use the camera, right, it says I'm too close, so... Right, so now it says everything is good, but it says required add-ons. The adjustment panels just for exposure and that. So it does the light and brings it into focus. And that's it. It cannot do... Yeah, but it says it's not in my bag. This is a bike pump. This shows my King Romeo. Welcome in, dude. My lord.
My mother's tailor scissors.
I also got to cut a lock of my hair, which... So I don't know. I'm gonna have to look it up. Because it's annoying me now. But how is everybody doing? Thanks for everybody coming in with a raid anyway. Yeah, I did this. No, not giving me any other option. Don't want to find every photo. For Phasmophobia. Yeah, but you play on PC though, wouldn't you? Oh. Yes. Need to rephrase my no, it's not. Why does it keep doing that? Okay, have a good sleep, sir. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for the raids. Much appreciated. End of this riddle. No, still looking. Anything I can find is like a video on the site. Why is it? Stupid as stupid does.
Dream. A horror. In the event of an issue, contact us on the frame.
It took photo. Yeah, it's just not. Nothing's coming up for my question. How to use a tripod. Why does it keep doing that? You type 1 and it puts it the other side. Oh, whatever. It's annoying me now. Random with the sub. Thank you for the sub, dude. Much appreciated. Let's go. Sub hype. Don't want the full game. Don't want the story. I just want to find out how to get the bleeding tripod out.
Around here.
Right, this looks like around where I am. It's just been in where Martha is.
Nanny always calls me Little Sparrow. This is the part of me that died with Martha. It'll be safe next to her. Here, Martha. This is my heart.
She even ticked it on there, like saying I've got it.
Painful your condition must have been. Not being able to properly communicate with anyone is becoming
Take the photo of the grave. Must be foggy to be able to photograph print spirits. Tripod lens.
I miss you so much, Martha. I'm not worthy to dress in your clothes.
Is it not foggy? Looks foggy to me.
I don't like wine all that much, but I go crazy for our dessert wine. It is very sweet.
Sorry about this, guys. It's just not. It's not going to give me the buttons or anything to.
I felt an irresistible urge to play. I loved music. I started playing without thinking about the possible consequences. I didn't care anymore. I needed to.
Right, this is where she would eat taking there. Come on. Aggravating me now. Video won't play. Whatever. Go. Scramble an egg. Thing is, it doesn't even give you go settings. Got no. Can't. There's no buttons. This video will stop playing now for some reason. It's all gone black.
I'm going to make it. It will all change eventually. But luck will not be my ally and everything will be very difficult.
Oh, I'm gonna go and try my bike. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride it now. Bicycle. Bicycle. Oh, no tripod on there. Bright light, bushy tail. It's not really going to help me, is it? Sleep well. Have a good one. Thanks for coming in. Much appreciated. Bye. Good night. Must be a glitch or something. Does fake. Welcome in, dude. How you doing? Have you played Martha is Dead? I cannot get my tripod out. I'm lurking. Alright, no worries. Much appreciated. Lurking, dworking, twerking. I'm gonna have to look it up or watch a video or something. Just puts it away. It just takes a photo. Try clicking down the thumbsticks. Doesn't make any difference. Neither does playing with the triggers. D-pad does nothing. Square just does what it says. Press circle, can't do nothing. Use camera. It says in focus. Required add-ons. How do I use the acquired add-ons? You stupid game. Right, I'm gonna raid out. I appreciate you all. Thank you all for coming in, but I am tired and I need to go to bed. And I'm gonna have to look it up for next time. Because it is irritating me now. Right, let's go and see who's online. Did somebody redeem Bumblebee? You want me to say Bumblebee? Who we got? Shall we go and say hello to Mr. Grey Phoenix? He's playing some Fortnite. I appreciate you all. Thank you all for your time. Thank you for putting up with me, trying to work this stuff out. Happy Halloween to you all. All have a good one. And we shall go and raid out over to Mr. Grey, playing some Fortnite. Bye.